Welcome back. 5 big stories dominated aviation this week. Let's get into it. Hermeus breaks the sound barrier. First U.S. private supersonic drone flight. On Tuesday, May 26th, defense aviation startup Hermeus announced a milestone that turned heads across the aerospace world. Their uncrewed Quarterhorse Mk 2.1 demonstrator completed the first supersonic flight ever by a privately funded, uncrewed aircraft in the United States, reaching Mach 1.21, roughly 930 miles per hour, on just its third test flight ever. The flight took place over the White Sands Missile Range in New Mexico. What makes this remarkable is the pace. The Mk 2.1 only flew for the very first time on February 27th, less than 3 months from first flight to breaking the sound barrier. The aircraft is roughly the size of an F-16, powered by a Pratt & Whitney F-100 afterburning turbofan, and Hermeus's approach is to build and fly hardware in rapid succession, using real flight data to improve each successive design. The FAA had already approved up to 7 supersonic flights before the end of 2026. On the business side, in April, Hermeus closed a $350 million Series C round at a $1 billion valuation, and on May 28, 2 days after the flight, the company announced a $159 million contract modification with the U.S. Defense Innovation Unit, bringing their total high Mach demonstration deal to $219 million. The next targets: Mach 3 in 2027 and a full hypersonic aircraft before 2030. Boeing gets FAA green light to build more 737 Machs. On Wednesday, May 27th, Boeing CEO Kelly Ortberg appeared at the Bernstein Annual Strategic Decisions Conference in New York with good news. Boeing has passed the FAA's capstone review to raise 737 Max production from 42 to 47 aircraft per month, and the line is already running at the new rate. The FAA first lifted Boeing's earlier cap of 38 per month back in October 2025, so this is the second production step-up in under a year. Ortberg also confirmed that the 737 MAX 7 and MAX 10 certification programs are now more than 80% through flight testing and clearly getting to the final stages. On the 787 front, Dreamliner production is back at 8 aircraft per month, with a goal of 10 later this year. The long-term production ambition for the MAX is 63 aircraft per month. Boeing 777X, 7 years late, $15 billion over budget, and still waiting. The Boeing 777X was back in the news on Friday, May 29th, when Aviation Week released a podcast with Bank of America analyst Ron Epstein covering the program's outlook. The short version: certification has been pushed to the second half of 2026, with first deliveries to launch customer Lufthansa now expected in summer 2027, 7 years behind the original 2020 target. More than 30 completed 777-9 jets are sitting in Boeing's Everett facility, awaiting years of rework to bring them up to current build standards. Total development charges have surpassed $15 billion. The GE9X engine is also managing a separate mid-seal durability issue, though Boeing and GE say it is not impacting the certification timeline. Despite all of this, the order book holds over 620 firm orders. Emirates alone has 270. Fuel crisis. Airlines still can't plan for winter. New reporting this week from Aviation Week, following last week's Routes Europe conference in Rimini, confirmed that forward planning across the industry remains severely disrupted. IAG's Patricia Cortada summed it up: everybody knows that the fuel has doubled in price in a very short time frame. We are now in a position where winter 2026 is not even close to being finalized. Jet A fuel in the U.S. averaged $8.57 per gallon in May, up more than $2 year-on-year. Airlines globally have already removed roughly 2 million seats from May schedules. EasyJet posted a £552 million pre-tax loss for the first half of its financial year. Lufthansa has cut 20,000 short-haul flights this summer. Delta returns to Los Angeles, Vancouver after 8 years. On Friday, May 29th, Delta Airlines confirmed it will resume non-stop service between Los Angeles and Vancouver starting November 21, 2026, operating twice daily on an Airbus A319. Delta last served this route in 2018. The corridor is already covered by American, Air Canada, Flair, WestJet, and United. That's everything for this week. Hermeus breaks the sound barrier, Boeing ramps up MAX production, The 777X delay drags on, fuel costs keep carriers struggling, and Delta heads back to Canada. See you next time.